How we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 110 for West Ham United Career Mode. I just have to say, it's Sunday afternoon here. The Premier League has just kicked off, and you know what that means as a West Ham fan. Come on, you Irons! Look at him. It's beautiful. Look at our skipper, Mark Noble. We're so happy. We just smashed Arsenal 2-0. Wonderful victory. So, date the video a bit, but I had to say it was phenomenal. But back to our West Ham trials and tribulations. We can see, we know we've gone in for Raheem Sterling, had that transfer accepted. We've also gone in for a couple of midfielders. Yuri Tielemans, very well-rounded youngster central midfielder. And like I said, they want 13 million plus Adrien Rabiot, the young Frenchman that we do have on our side. So we've said, you know, we'll give you 11 and we'll consider Tielemans. We've also heard back about Jack Wilshere, and we can see that Arsenal don't want Grenier in exchange for Wilshere, so that transfer's pretty much dead in the water because I don't really have anyone else we could go for. And Southampton, we know they want 2 million in Grenier. We originally offered a free in Grenier, 1 million in Grenier. So now we decided we're just going to match it. We want Morgan Schneiderlin so much that we're going to send Clement Grenier and 2 million to Southampton to bring him into the club. And Raheem Sterling's accepted our contract offer, £130,000 a week for 5 years. Phenomenal deal in my opinion. I think you know, it's a ton of money, but it's a player that's going to be honestly one of the best players in our squad right off the bat, if not arguably the best, in line with a Pastore and Sturridge and what have you. They're phenomenal players, so he's going to come in and do a job for us. We've also we played pretty much our first team squad in the last friendly against Real Madrid, so we've mixed it up now against Celta Vigo and thrown in all of the second teamers, and we end up with a 0-0 draw. So you'll have that. We get the youngsters in, give them a chance. We do get some wonderful news after that game, though. As we take a look at the youth squad, you can see Anderlecht and Southampton have both accepted our transfer offers for Tielemans, the 11 million in Rabiot, and then Southampton have accepted the 2 million and Clement Grenier transfer as well for Morgan Schneiderlin. So two big deals, and it leaves us with a bit of a quandary. Which one do we go for? Because, you know, you'd have to say both of them would be phenomenal players. We'd lose 2 midfielders, bring in 2 midfielders, but we honestly said coming into the season, we probably have too many midfielders already. We got some young guys, Barber, Delph, Chiate, Pastore, Grenier and Rabiot. Of course, Noble's still in the team, and Mark Noble's a legend. Of course, we want to keep getting him in the team a bit from time to time. So it leaves us with a quandary. Who do we bring in? Because we don't necessarily need to do both. That would be the big thing for me. Obviously, Tielemans is younger. He's got high potential, but he's not ready to slot into the first team and be an everyday starter as of yet. He's obviously going to be on a lot less money, but it leaves us with a chance. So we offer them both contracts, Schneiderlin and Tielemans, and Schneiderlin's not on a massive deal. So that's a nice thing for us. Obviously, he's not, you know, 180 some ridiculous wage, so he's just a solid, phenomenal player to bring in. But we get an offer for Sturridge. We say no, he's not going to Tottenham, not a chance. But Everton then come in for Rafa, who is a bit want away for us. You know, he was very underwhelming for me last season. We bought him for I think 13 or 14 million, and I'm more than happy to take a loss. He got a winner's medal for us last season, did very well at times, but overall, with us bringing in Sterling and having Dybala and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who can also play in the wings, he's a bit surplus to requirements. So if we can get some money for him and then use that money to help us improve the team, we're going to go for it. So we'll counteroffer Everton 10.5 million and see if they'll bite on that deal. I think it's a more than fair deal. It's above his estimated valuation, but when we bought him above his valuation. But this is the big moment here. Schneiderlin has accepted 80 grand a week. Not bad at all. Phenomenal contract, honestly, for a player that would slot right into our starting 11 alongside Pastore and Delph in that 3-man midfield. Tielemans has also accepted a 5-year deal. But who do we decide to bring in? Before that, a player that we had been interested in probably for the last 2 summer transfer windows, Gökhan Toure, obviously played for Besiktas, which the new West Ham manager Slaven Bilic used to coach, obviously, or manage, I should say. He's gone to Liverpool here in the transfer window, so they just continue to buy wingers. They bought Lavezzi, they bought Lucas, both from PSG. They buy wingers all the time, but we're finally going to make our decision, and it's very tough, but you know who we have to bring in. It's less money. It gets us a better quality player. It's Morgan Schneiderlin. It has to be. We're going to accept that. We'll stall the Tielemans offer because we at least know if we have money left at the end of the window what we could pay to bring him into the team. So we're going to stall it for now, but Morgan Schneiderlin, get in the club, son. He looks absolutely phenomenal. We can't wait for him to get into the team. And then some more phenomenal news just one day away from the Community Shield, which we'll be playing against Sunderland. Everton accepted the 10.5 million counteroffer for Rafa. So I'm pretty happy with that. I thought 10.5 we might scare them away just because he wasn't in great form. His value's not that high. But 10.5, if they'll pay that, we're more than happy to let him go back, well, not back up, but up to Merseyside and play for the Toffees. So, big move. It's left us now with a starting lineup: Sterling, Sturridge, and Oxlade-Chamberlain up top. That is phenomenal. Dybala off the bench, Wickham off the bench. Those are some impact subs if I've ever seen them. But look at Wembley. It looks phenomenal. Look at that West Ham United logo taking up half of the field. It's absolutely magical. And then there's the ugly Sunderland logo. But anyways, this is going to be a massive, massive game. If we can get some silverware here in our first competitive game of the season, what a start we'll be having. This is really going to be a great season. The way we're going to work these episodes is all through the transfer window. There's basically a week of transfer activity and then a game. So pretty much I'm going to play 1, maybe 2 games an episode, but there's going to be an episode every single day. Then, once we get into the regular season, we're going to have 3 games an episode, probably an episode every other day, something like that, just to keep this career mode moving so we know we'll get through this season by the time FIFA 16 is ready to come out, and we'll start the new career mode at that point. But look at this lineup we're working with, and if this is going to be our final season with West Ham United, we are building a monstrous team. Pastore, Schneiderlin, and Delph to control the midfield. Sterling, Oxlade-Chamberlain offering pace and quality on the wings. Sturridge up top. Cresswell, Marquinhos, Nkulu, Jenkinson across the back line, and David De Gea in goal. So what a team we are fielding right now. And we get off to an auspicious start here. Sterling played through by a nice ball from Pastore, offering that pace on the wings. Plus, he's been known to play as a striker, as a cam, so he has that quality that he knows where to fit into the team if he drifts inside from that wing position. We're going to start him on the wing, but I have him set to the cut inside instruction because he can offer that kind of quality when he comes more central, and he does have some finishing ability as well, so that's why we can offer that. But De Gea makes a really good save in the 16th minute to keep things on level terms as we move forward here. Pastore, great chance, but it's deflected away by Rodwell. Comes to Fabian Delph, plays out wide to Oxlade-Chamberlain, skins his man, he gets right around Billy Jones, whips across, and Sturridge just directs it in with a fabulous header, and we're off on a wonderful start. We're going on a beautiful trip here to dominate Sunderland and come through with a community shield. It's a lovely trip to Wembley. We want to make it as enjoyable as we can, and that's getting us off to a wonderful start. It's a bullet header from Sturridge. It's so much pace whipped in on the cross that he doesn't really have to put anything behind it. He just directs it into the goal and gives us a lovely 1-0 lead. And you can see Dybala, Keough, and the bench. They are absolutely loving it. So 1 goal for Daniel Sturridge, and hopefully he can continue that form that he was in last season that led him to the best transfer award in Season 3. But Sunderland, not to be outdone, come back the other way, and De Gea makes a wonderful save on Seb Larsson. Another chance as Shawcross lays the ball forward. And you can see they brought in a couple of Stoke players is really the only move Sunderland made. They brought in Arnautovic and Shawcross. Another great save. Larsson hitting from range, but De Gea full stretch yet again makes a lovely stop. 48th minute now. Pastore, lovely back heel into Morgan Schneiderlin. Everything's lovely. It's wonderful. Into Oxlade-Chamberlain. Surely he has to finish. The Ox, great celebration. What a finish from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the 48th minute. 2-0, and we are on cruise control. Great bit of play. Pastore backhills it to Schneiderlin. He plays Oxlade-Chamberlain through. That's a lovely run by the former Arsenal man, and and actually former Southampton man. So we do have a lot of former Southampton players as well now, with Schneiderlin coming in. Oxlade-Chamberlain played at Southampton before Arsenal, and that's a wonderful finish from the Ox. A player who's been so, I don't want to say under the radar because he was our team MVP in Season 2, but he's just always under the radar. He gets about 10 goals, 10 assists every single season like clockwork for us, and he's starting it off on a wonderful positive note right there to give us a 2-0 lead. But 64th minute, Sunderland decide they're going to put the pressure on us now because of that 2-goal advantage we've taken. De Gea equal to the task yet again. 80th minute now. Good chance for Sunderland. Gets around. I think it was maybe Jenkinson who gets beaten there. Sunderland, De Gea with another good save. Stands tall though in the 80th minute. Hanging on, looking for that clean sheet. But Mavrias plays a free kick in. It's come away as far as Rodwell. We go to clear it, and Kulu fails to do so. Into Waris. Back post. And Seb Larsson, who's been knocking on the doorstep for the entire game. I think that's his 4th or 5th shot. Does finally get Sunderland on the score sheet. Good finish. You have to say it's composed. It's a nice ball into the back post to see him there. Nothing De Gea could do, even though it's kind of close to him, but I'm not going to put any trouble on the fella because he's had a monstrous game. So many saves on Larson that honestly we could be losing this game. You've seen the highlights. Sunderland you'd arguably say have had the better of the chances, but 2-1 advantage here into the 85th minute. Wickham's come on for Daniel Sturridge just to offer a bit of fresh life, and he does have one chance that's deflected wide the goal. Into stoppage time now. 94th minute. Sterling plays it through. Morgan Schneiderlin's come forward from his holding midfield position to get in behind the goal. Takes a strike, and it's off the side netting. But that's going to be all she wrote. Referee blows the full-time whistle, and it's a piece of silverware all ready for us. The Community Shield, obviously, it's nothing really to write home about. It's a glorified friendly in many people's opinions. But when you're playing in it, you want to come home with that silverware. And that's what we've been able to do. Fantastic victory. And it means we're bringing home some silverware. Oh, yeah. Come on, you Irons. So we are the champions of the Community Shield. Man of the match and 3 Moose Mighty Hammer points. The first 3 of the season go to David De Gea. 2 points to Schneiderlin, who I thought played really well, and 1 to Pastore. So let me know of the transfers we've brought in. We're probably looking maybe for a center back here the rest of the way. So let me know some ideas on those players. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you back in episode 111, guys. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.